Hello, NFL fans. Welcome to the Season 4 premiere of NFL Picks with Dave. Hope all of you had a great summer as much as I did. Today we're going to predict how things will play out in Week 1 of the 2022 NFL season. Let's get started. Our first game takes us to SoFi Stadium, where the Super Bowl 56 champions, the Los Angeles Rams, take on the Buffalo Bills. The Rams finished preseason with a record of 1-2, while the Bills finished with a 2-1 record. This pick is tough. Since the Rams are looking to start their season with a win at home, I'm picking them with a score of 35-31. Now let's move on to Sunday's most notable games. Our first matchup is between the Ravens and the Jets. Baltimore finished with a 3-0 record and currently have a 23-game win streak in preseason. New York also finished the preseason with a record of 3-0. This pick is not that hard. Since the Jets are a hopeless team, I'm picking the Ravens with a score of 34-3. This pick is the lock of the week. Our next game takes us to Bank of America Stadium, where the Panthers will host the Cleveland Browns. This will be Baker Mayfield's first game against his former team, the Browns, since he was traded to Carolina during the offseason. Cleveland finished preseason with a record of 1-2, while Carolina's record was 2-1. This pick is not that hard. Since the Panthers have a much better quarterback, I'm picking them with a score of 27-14. Our next game is between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Pittsburgh finished with an unbeaten record of 3-0 in preseason, while Cincinnati finished with a 1-2 record. Both teams had their stadiums renamed during this last offseason. Paul Brown Stadium became Paycor Stadium, and Heinz Field, or what I like to call it, the Dr. Doofenshmirtz Stadium, became Acrisure Stadium. I personally prefer the old names since they're more catchy and overall better. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. This pick is a tough one. Since the Bengals have a better quarterback, I'm picking them with a score of 28-21. My next picks are the Dolphins over the Patriots, 24-21. The Colts over the Texans, 27-6. The Commanders over the Jaguars, 20-7. The 49ers over the Bears, 31-17. The Saints over the Falcons, 28-27. The Eagles over the Lions, 38-14. The Titans over the Giants, 42-20. And the Packers over the Vikings, 31-28. Now let's move on to the later notable games. Our first late pick is between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Chargers. Las Vegas finished with an unbeaten record of 4-0 in preseason, while the Chargers finished with an 0-3 record. This pick is surprisingly difficult, since Raider fans tend to take over SoFi Stadium. I'm picking Las Vegas with a score of 20-17. Our next game takes us to State Farm Stadium, where Kyler Murray and the Cardinals will face off against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Arizona finished with a 1-2 preseason record, while Kansas City finished with a 2-1 record. Since the Chiefs are a stronger team overall, I'm picking them with a score of 34-24. Now let's move on to the primetime games. Our first primetime game takes us to AT&T Stadium, where the Dallas Cowboys will battle Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay finished with an 0-3 record in preseason, while Dallas finished with a 2-1 record. This pick is actually pretty easy. I'm picking the Buccaneers with a score of 42-24. Our second and final Week 1 game takes us to Lumen Field, where Geno Smith and the Seahawks will face off against Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos in another revenge battle, since Seattle traded Wilson to Denver this last offseason. The Broncos finished with a 2-1 record in preseason, while Seattle finished with a dismal 0-3 record. This pick is pretty easy. I'm picking the Broncos with a score of 38-17. And that wraps up today's episode. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to push that like button and subscribe. It will mean a lot to me if this channel could reach 20 subscribers this season. Also, be sure to follow this channel's Facebook page for the latest news and updates. Thanks again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.